Iron golems used to only appear in villages with a certain number of people, but ever since 1.14, they can appear whenever villagers get scared. Yes, Susie?
That's why iron farms aren't as big as they were before, right? Iron farms used to pretend to be whole entire villages, but now they only need 3 villagers with job sites and beds nearby, right?
Very good, Susie. That's right.
My mom thinks that since iron farms are so much easier to build now, the admin should make them give away iron for free.
Susie, to the principal's office. Now!
But
now!
The Ravager teleport tower should be run by the private sector. The star on the server flag should be red.
Elytra should be distributed based on need, not merit.
The star on the server flag should be blue. We need to put a vice tax on Wither Skulls. The star on the server flag should be Keanu Reeves.
Zach, no politics in the classroom. Go to the principal's office.
But Miss Harley, cutting funding for the Server Agency for Extra-Dimensional Development really is destructive and unnecessary.
I don't care. We don't talk about politics in class. Now go to the principal's office.
Mrs. Davidson, why aren't we allowed to talk about politics in school?
Well, there are 2 things that make an opinion political. The first is that a whole bunch of people care about everyone agreeing with it a lot. And the second is that about half of everyone disagrees with it. Mixing those 2 things together is a great recipe for making people mad at each other. And if everyone's mad at each other, they'll be too busy shouting to listen to the teacher and learn the lesson, which is what they came to school to do. So we can't have people arguing politics in class.
But what if the thing I want to talk about is really important?
Then talk about it outside of class. The whole point of coming to school is to learn the skills you'll need when you grow up, and nothing going on outside should get in the way of that.
All right, the next item on the list here is the Later Lenders Program. Madam Secretary, I believe that the Later Lenders Program provides funding to villager libraries to assist them with their efforts to encourage baby villagers to become librarians. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And is it true that so far this year we've spent 1 bedroom full of emeralds on this program?
Yes, sir, I believe that is true.
And is it also true that last year we spent 2 bedrooms full of emeralds on this program?
Yes, sir, that is also true.
And can you tell me what the Later Lenders Program has accomplished so far in the 19 months that has been in operation? Because my constituents and I would very much like to know what the 4 bedrooms full of emeralds they've spent on this program so far have bought us.
3 bedrooms, sir.
What?
You said we spent 4 bedrooms full of emeralds on the program, but we only spent 3. We spent 1 on the program so far this year, and we spent 2 last year, so that means we've spent 3 total, because, as I'm sure you're aware, 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Remember what Dad said, Jim. Never show weakness, or they'll try to bully you into compliance at every turn.
Now you listen here, Madam Secretary. 1 plus 2 equals 4. And anyone who says otherwise is a pillagist or a hacker.
All right, everyone. Today we're going to learn how to add 1 and 2. We've got 1 dot under the 1, see? 1. And we've got 2 dots under the 2, see? 1, 2. All right, class, let's count them together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. We counted 3 dots. So that means Tundrigal should sanction Desertolia for the TNT cannon attacks. This is absolutely disgraceful. I'm sorry, ma'am. What am I supposed to tell their parents? I don't know, ma'am. How am I supposed to convince them that I'm going to mold their children into good, law-abiding citizens when the teachers who are supposed to do that can't follow the rules themselves? I really am sorry, ma'am. Oh, you're sorry? Well, you've certainly been saying you're sorry a lot lately, because counting this incident and the 2 from last week, this is the 3rd time you...
before we thank the patrons, I have some more announcements. First of all, back in February, I said that once the Jake Guys Patreon reaches $600 a month, I'd drop the monthly small video every other month so that I could focus on the next 50 Ways to Die video. We've reached $700 a month, so now I'm gonna drop the small videos every other month, right? Well, no, I've changed my mind. When I set that goal, I assumed that most of the Patreon support would come right after the February video. The monthly small videos were just supposed to bring a little more ad revenue each month to slow the bleeding of my bank account and prevent the YouTube algorithm from completely forgetting about me. I was not expecting the small videos to be so effective at raising Patreon support or to consistently get more views than the last one each time, but that's what's been happening. So here's the new plan. If the Jake Guys Patreon reaches $1,400 a month, I'll drop the smaller videos and work exclusively on the next 50 Ways to Die video. Although I might hold a poll or something to ask everyone if they'd prefer if I still release a smaller video every other month instead, because you guys seem to be liking them. If the channel ever makes enough ad revenue in a single month that it can cover my expenses for 2 months when added with 2 months worth of Patreon support, then I'll spend the next month working on the next 50 Ways to Die. And finally, if the trend of each new small video getting more views than the last one ends, then I'll go back to my original plan and work exclusively on the next 50 Ways to Die for an entire month in between each small video. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep making a small video every month like I have been, and use whatever time I have left over to work on the next 50 Ways to Die. Now, some of you may have noticed that, back in February, I set the exclusively working on 50 Ways to Die goal to $1,200, but now it's $1,400. That's because the $1,200 figure was based on the assumption that the channel would make as much ad revenue in 2025 as it did in 2024, but I don't think it will anymore. In 2024, I released 2 new 50 Ways to Die videos, and that's definitely not going to happen this year, so I'm probably not going to make as much ad revenue from YouTube in 2025. So the new $1,400 figure is based on the assumption that the channel will make at least as much ad revenue each month as the worst month I've ever had. I hope that clears things up.